and subscribe.
The show had been a tremendous success and Sinatra's performance was supreme. It was everything the Kray family had expected and more. The Apollo Theatre on Wilton Road, London SW1, had seen one of its best nights ever, a complete sellout. As Frank Sinatra left the stage, the whole audience was standing up to applaud him. He certainly hadn't let his British fans down. "Oh, Reggie," sighed Violet Kray, settling back into her seat. "This really has been a night to remember." "It hasn't ended yet, Mum," said her son. "We've been invited to a party after the show at Frank's suite in the Mayfair Hotel." Violet heard what he was saying, but at first she didn't fully understand what the words meant. Ron had told her that she was in for a treat, but she hadn't expected anything like this. Would she really be meeting Frank Sinatra in his own hotel suite that very same evening? It was all too much for her to take in. Perhaps it was just a dream, but if so, she hoped very much it would continue. "We have to stay seated for a while, Ron," said Reggie to his brother. Ronnie Kray slowly lowered himself into his comfortable front row seat again. He always enjoyed a special occasion, and this one was very special indeed. He would be meeting a man who was a legend in his own lifetime, and Frank Sinatra would have the pleasure of meeting Ron Kray, a man who had his own claims to fame. It would in Ron's eyes be a very significant meeting indeed, and one he expected to remember for the rest of his life. The Krays' seats that evening were the best in the house, and why not? They were the leaders of London's underworld, with contacts throughout the British criminal fraternity. They were also good friends of the US Mafia and known on both sides of the Atlantic as important and influential businessmen. When the top Mafia bosses came over to London, they always paid the Krays a courtesy visit at least. Yes, the Krays had reached the top in their society, and this evening they were all gathered to pay their respects to a man who had also established himself as the best in his own chosen sphere. The fact that they had mutual friends just made things a little easier. "What a wonderful show," said Charlie Kray to his father, lighting up a cigarette. "We've had a lovely time," said Old Man Charlie. "Just look at your mother, she's really got stars in her eyes." Violet was sitting quietly, trying to stay calm in this moment of ecstasy. "Look," said Reggie to Ron. "There's Eddie." Approaching them was the huge, powerfully built figure of Eddie Pucci, Frank Sinatra's bodyguard. Prior to taking up a career in show business, Eddie had been an American football star. He knew everyone who was anyone in the US entertainment world, and everyone knew Eddie. It was difficult not to notice him and the 19 stone he carried around wherever he went. "Eddie," said Reggie. "It's good to see you." "I'd like a word, Reggie," beckoning him to one side. Reggie rose from his seat and joined him, quickly followed by Ron and Charlie. The brothers could tell from Eddie's expression that something was most definitely wrong. "What is it?" said Reggie. "I'm afraid the party is cancelled." The amiable giant's manner was deadly serious, a far cry from his normal jovial self. "We've just had some bad news and we're taking the first flight home." He paused, then added, "It looks as though Frank Jr. has been kidnapped again." Kidnapping, unfortunately, was nothing new to Frank Sinatra. He had always lived with the fear that sooner or later someone would try to take his son from him, so off Frank flew back to America on the earliest plane available, and Violet's dream was sadly ended.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please join our Facebook group. It's called Krays Crime Lords of London. We're a friendly moderated group with over 1,000 Kray and other celebrated gangster videos available for view. There's also thousands of images in the photos sections. The link for the group is in the YouTube description section. I hope we see you there soon.
Leave a like and subscribe.